Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You're audible.
Okay. So yeah. Now today we will see the that is the model 4. That is some of the concept of the linear algebra. And today I will solve the some problems and I will upload today. But before that, just I will give the just recap of all the concepts. Okay. So now you know the matrix and how to obtain the reduced echelon form. I hope all of you have know how to do the that echelon form. Is it not? So you know the reduced echelon form. In that, keeping in that mind, we will explain the some of the concept of this. Yes, can you able to see the this this PDF word copy? Can you able to see? Hello. Yes.
No,
Can you
ma'am,
able
we
to
are
see
not.
this?
No, ma'am. We are not able to see.
Not. Okay. Okay.
Now it's coming, ma'am.
Coming. Yes. Can you able to see this?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can
Yes,
see
ma'am.
this.
Yeah. Okay, first we will see in the vector spaces. We are going to see the that is the linear combination. You know the meaning of linear combination. That means I can add the two vectors and I can multiply the any vector by a scalar and the that combination. If that is CV plus DW, that is V and W are the vectors. I am what I am doing is I am multiplying with C and multiplying with D and I am adding. So that is called as a linear combination. And in the vector spaces, it is usually denoted as in the dimension of Rn. R means here the set of real number. N is if it is in R square, that is there are the hello. Then R2 means there are the two elements in a vector. Okay. So and then and here what we are going to see is that's what they have even that is not only for the vectors are the real numbers that can be that is M, the vector space of all real 2 by 2 matrices. It can be anything, M by N matrices. And F, it is a vector space of all the functions. And Z, the vector space that consists only of zero vectors. That means in the vectors, I am not only dealing with only the real numbers, it can be with the matrices and it can be with the function. That's what they are meaning to say. Say it is in the vector space, then these following 8 conditions are should be checked. What are those means? Here I have explained detail in the class. Just it is just go through this 8 condition. That is commutative law, distributive law, and the zero vectors. If I add with the zero vectors, you will get x, and if I multiply this, there will be a unique vector such that minus can with C1, C2, and there are distributive law and this one are the used. Okay. So now that means in the exam, what you have to remember is 8 conditions you need to remember if they may ask. Okay. And also one thing we are dealing with this one is subspace. Here till now it is vector space, it is a very large dimension space, and in that we are talking about the subspace. Subspace means what? That is also vector. It also has to satisfy all these 8 conditions. Along this, it has to satisfy the 2 more conditions, that is this one. That is when I add the 2 vectors v plus w in the subspace, that ordered sum is also should be in the that space. And when I multiplied by any scalar, then that should be also, the result also should be in this space. That means it should be closed under addition and be closed under the multiplication. In the exam, what they will ask is, they will give you some set of vectors, verify that it will, whether it is forms a subspace or not. Then what you have to do is, we have to take any two example like v plus v and w, and sum is, you have to show that sum is also in that space. And if you, and also always one thing you have to remember is 0 and 0, it is 0 vector is always a subspace. Okay. Now the best free example you can remember is this one. Here, first quarter of a plane is not a subspace. Why? Because, yes, can anybody can tell in the class so many times I've explained why the quarter of the first quadrant of the XY plane is not a subspace. Why? Anybody can tell? Yes. Anybody can tell? Sridhar. Smith. Okay, here, why it is not subspaces here? Because when I add a vector, then it is 2, 3, and if I add any other vector, sum may be in the sum may be in this one, and the vector, if it is, but if I do the -2, if I multiply it by the scalar, that is if it is -1, then what happens? Your output will be -2 and -3. Your output vector will be -2 and -3, which is not in the first part of the plane. So here your second rule, it is violated, because that is, what is the second rule? Here CV is in the subspace, that is violated. So that's why here it is the subspace. And so, and all others, just example, you can, any line through the 0, 0 is a whole space, that is a subspace, and any plane through the that 0, 0, it is a subspace. Okay, or that is subspace is, you can give an example of, if they add the two symmetric matrices, what happens? If you add the two upper triangle matrices, so what happens? Your output is also an upper triangle matrix. So, and if I multiply it by anything up by the scalar, that's also be in the upper triangular set of matrices. So that is why a subspace is a matrix consists of a lower triangle matrices or upper triangle matrices. Just an example. Okay. Understood? Next is, and you know, and always we are dealing with this one, that is Ax is equal to B. With respect to that, we are dealing with. And here we will come is a column space. How to find column space is, column space is to find the to identify the columns. So no elements. So identify almost three columns. All here from the doing that column. The column space. Anyhow, we are going to solve the problems, then you will understand. And the is equal to this solve independent columns. So because actually they know what they denotes uh, they denotes the independent columns. So independent columns they denote only, not only that, those linear combination will make a solution. Okay. Now the row reduced echelon and you have the
of okay.
Hello, can you able to see the screen? Hello. Hello. Can you able to see this screen, PDF screen?
PDF screen?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just one second. Because it was disconnected now, again I rejoined. Now can you able to see? Yes, now can you able to see now? Hello, can you able to see now that PDF? Hello. Yeah, okay. So now, yes, in this row reduced echelon form, yes, can you identify the which are the pivot variables? Yes, please write in the in the chat box which are the pivot variables. Let me call it as x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, and x7, which are the pivot variables. Write in a chat. Yes, x1, x2, and x6, 1, 2, 6. Yes, so you have remembered that thing. Good. So in this x1, x2, and the x6 are the pivot variables. How will you verify? That is the first non-zero element. And these are the pivot, or this will becomes the your basis. Your one more word I'm introducing, that is basis. These are the basis, and that is this is the row reduced matrix, and that is a column 1, 2, and the 6 of the original matrix will form your column space. So that these are important to give the solutions. Okay, and that whatever your solutions you are getting with these pivot variables are called as a particular solution. And also when you find out the and particular solution, and these three other columns are called as the free variables. Free variables means they can take the any value. And total your solution, your complete solution to ax is equal to b is, that is the solution due to both pivot columns and with the free variables. Okay, with the pivot variables and the free variables. Then the particular solution, how will you find out? Particular solution, you will take the combination of the original matrix columns corresponding to 1, 2, 6 of the original matrix, and keep making all these free variables 0. And the next, you are going to find out the null solutions. What is null solution? Null space or the null solution is making the solving ax is equal to 0. Okay, so if I want to find out the null solution, this x3, I will make x3 is equal to 1 and making all others as 0, and then accordingly I will find out. Anyhow, we will solve the problems on this. So the complete solution is, one is x, xp, and it is xnl. And the elimination, that you know, and augmented matrix, this A and B, when you write the matrix along with your answer, that is called as an augmented matrix, A and B leads to the reduced matrix or some value D, because this also going to change. Then Ax is equivalent to Rx is equal to D. Okay, so then we will here, it is, they've introduced one more word, it is rank. So now in your this one, can you tell me what is the rank of this matrix? Please write in a chart. 3 pivot variables are there, so what will be the rank? Write in the chat box. Yes, that is 3. Good, you have remembered. That is rank means one more word, that is rank is number, that is nothing but the number of the pivot variables or the pivot columns. Okay, so that is variables is also equal to the your dimension of the column space. What is the dimension of the column space here? That is again that is nothing but the 3. And what is the dimensions of your one? And also one more thing you remember, that is total columns is equal to 3 pivot variables plus 4 free variables. So this is, I will total columns for the free variables so that you remember. So that also we are going to use. A is a full column rank. Full column rank means what? All the columns are the pivot columns. Then it is called as a full column rank. And then what will be the null solution then? How many free variables will be there? The chat, if it is a full column rank means all the columns are independent or all the columns are pivot columns. What will be the, how many free variables will be there? 0. Yes, 0 free variables means what about your null solution? There will be a no null solution. So then your solution will be only due to the, meaning to say A as a full column rank when it is full, when its null space is 0 vectors. That is no free variables. No need to remember anything here. You understand the pivot variables, free variables, and what is the definition of rank and how to determine the rank. Okay. And this is what they have mean. This one, the particular solution solves AXP is equal to B and X null space is N minus R. R is rank. N minus R means those many particular free variables. Free variables that special solution solves AX is equal to 0. And similarly here it is, they have the some properties with the full column rank as a full properties. No need to remember. When you solve this, you will only identify all this. And what is the meaning of the complete solution they are explaining in this figure? Here there is an two lines and line of solution Ax is equal to B, and xp, it is a some point in the line. If there are the null solution are there, it is an extended part of the along the same direction. It is extended direct. This is the, that means you will get the line of solution. That is the meaning of your particular solution and the null solution. And here also every matrix with a full rank, full row rank as the this all these properties. No need to remember. This might be useful for your, they in the quiz they may ask. So you have to remember. Don't buy it. Please understand the concept and try to remember and just go through once. This is what all they have identified when there is a full rank. So that is all are, this is when you row reduced matrix, then obviously you will get the identity matrix 1 0 0 1. You can see this here, it is a row reduced matrix. Always you will get the 0 1 and 0 0. So these are the, that is what they have explained. If it is the full rank, that is all the variables are, then you will get only identity matrix. Otherwise you will get the some free variables, that is I and F, it represent the full variables. And no need to remember this thing, just you understand. Okay, any doubt in this till now? Next is, we will talk about the independence, basis and dimensions. Now what do you mean by basis? Okay, so here independent. So yes, now I will write the this one matrix in a chat box, then you tell whether it is a independent or dependent. Okay, so just first row, because how to write the matrix, just I will here I will write the first two elements as first row, and then you take it as a second row as the second row. Okay, so now my elements are 1 space 2, next is 3 space 4. That means my matrix is 1 2 3 4. Now in the chat box you tell me whether it is an independent or a dependent matrix. Independent is independence. Now I will write one more matrix, 1, 2, and 2 and 4. Now you tell me whether it is dependent or independent. Yeah, dependent. Why? Because I think you have understood when I multiply this here, this is in this, how many pivot columns you will get it? In this, only 1, 2, 2, 4, you will get only one pivot column. Or that means another one will be, because your second, this will be some combination, that is 2 times of the your column 1. 1 second. Class hello. Then it is dependent. You understood that is 1, 2, 2, 4. Okay, so that is what they are meaning to say, that is independent. And the basis here with that example only, can you tell me which is the basis for this matrix? The first one, independent matrix, you told, no? What will be the basis for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. When you write the column numbers, which are the basis? And then I will explain through these matrices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basis columns are, just write the 1, 2 or 1 or 2. Please write in the chat box. Hello. One, two. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Any other answers? Varsha? Vinita, in which this one you are talking about? Only one column, 1, 2, 2, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, I think you understood now. In this one, when 1, 2, 3, 4, in the first column and the second columns, they are called as the bases, because from those two bases I can construct any vectors in the space R2. Okay, those represent the this one. Okay, and then here in the second case, 1, 2, 2, 4, only this 1, 2 will form the basis, because other one is dependent on this one. So again, the what is the basis, in order to, if they ask you to find out the what is the basis, again that depends on the your pivot variables. Next is dimensions. Now, what is the here the dimension? What is the dimension of the column space? Here now in this one, now in the example of 1, 2, 2, 4, can you identify the column space here? Write in the chat box. For the second example, 1, 2, 2, 4. Write the column space. Then you will understand. Yes. Through chat box you enter what is the column space. That is 2, 1, 2, 2, 4. Yes, Manoj Kumar. Hello. Hello. Hello, Manoj Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How did you write?
How did you write that 2, 4?
Because
Column space.
it is dependent on.
No. I am asking column space. In the exam, what they will give is they will give the matrix and they will ask you to find out column space. Yes, I will explain. Let me see how others will answer. Yes, write the column space for 1, 2, 2, 4 through the chat. Yes, it is 1 and 2. It is column spaces. Actually, it is not only 1 and 2, any combinations. How we have to write? That is C1 into column wise. You have to write it is 1, 2. Yes, Manoj Kumar understood? Manoj?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood. Why? Because you have to identify the that will be your column space with the combination C1 into 1. Now similarly, can you space for the same example? 1, 2, 2, 4 row space. Write in a chat box. Row space. That is again row space is A transpose you have to take, and then that will give your one. And when you do this, A transpose 1, 2 will become your column and 2, 4. So when you find out for the column space for that, then it will be your row space. Okay. So that is what they are going to like the independence basis and the dimension. Okay. Just to produce the rest. And they have given the that is definition, the column of A are linearly independent when the only solution x to 0 is x is equal to 0. No other combination of Ax of the columns gives the 0 vectors. That means what they are trying to see is 1, 2 and 2, 4 if you have taken the example of 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 2, 4 if you take, then what happens? Your first column plus 2 into your second column, first 2 columns into first column plus 2 into first column and first plus second column equal to 0. So then that should not be in the 1. Okay. So that is what we were linear independent, meaning they are meaning to tell. Okay. And next is okay, so that is what the meaning of linear dependence they are telling. Okay, same thing, that is the sequence of vectors V1 is linearly independent if the only combination that gives the 0 vector is 0 into V1 plus 0 into V2 plus 0. Linear dependent X thing explained, that is the meaning. In the exam they may give the definition. So on the full column rank that you already know, that means all the columns are independent. Okay. Yes. Next is, you please understand this. Here 1 0 and 0 1 span the full dimensional space in R square, because 1 0 and 0 1 they are the independent and they will form the full dimensional space in R square. And 1 0 and 0 1 and the next vector v3, it is 4 and 7, also span the full space R2. But which are the here basis vectors? Only 1 0 and 0 1, because 4 7 is some combination of these two vectors. Anyhow, they also in the span the full space in R square, not in the R3, because this is also combination of this one. Okay. And 1 and W, it 2 is equal to -1 and -1 only a span line in R square. Getting the point here. 1 and 1, actually x and y coordinates are there. It should be in, that is space. But in the space, I need, in the plane, I need one more pair. But I have only one pair, because another pair is dependent on this. That's why it is only a span in a line in R square. You understood this? Any doubt in this? If you have doubt in this examples, let me know. Please understand this. This will give a very important concept. Okay, then I will further. And the row space, here again they are telling that row space of it is A transpose to obtain, column space of A transpose is the row space. And the basis vectors are linearly independent and they are the span the space. That is nothing but the your pivot columns. That is the pivot columns of A are the basis for its column space. Next is, what is the dimension of the 4 subspaces? What is the, that is 4 subspaces. We are coming across row space, null space, column space, and the left null space. Column space you know how to obtain, and row space it is A transpose you have to obtain, and the columns you have to identify. And null space you know how to obtain with Ax is equal to 0, and the left null space is, it is A transpose, and for that you have to obtain the Ax is equal to 0. Okay, that's what the, and there are one more, that is orthogonal subspaces. These are the important. So when they are orthogonal subspaces means anyhow that is orthogonal condition, V transpose W is equal to 0 for all V and W in this. And this may be useful for your quiz, that is null space is orthogonal complement of row space, and also your null space is perpendicular to your row space. Left null space is perpendicular to, orthogonal to your column space, and also it is orthogonal complement of the column space. Okay. Next we are talking about the, understood? Next is we are talking about the projection on a line. Projection on a line means actually here your in the practical situation your solution should be exist in the, this B should be coincide with the A, then only you will have a some set of solution. But in the, because of the data, how you are getting the solution is, it is moving away from the this A. Actually B should be coincide with A, but it is moving away. So this is nothing but the error. Okay, but mathematically how we are dealing it, this projection on the point B on the line point A is the minimum distance, and in mathematically that minimum distance is nothing but the perpendicular distance. So that is E is equal to B minus P. Okay, error E is equal to B minus P. Okay, and then how you have obtained, you know that how to obtain the this projection. So that is projection on the with error is, this line should be perpendicular to this, that is B minus of XA perpendicular to A, that will be equal to 0. And solving this, what is this point x cap is equal to A transpose B into A transpose. This you have to remember, but you have to understand this one. Okay. And similarly, now this is just an example I've taken and how to obtain this column space. This 1, 2, 3, these are the how we are obtained. You will obtain what are this combinations, and those we will row reduce matrix, and then you will obtain this one. Some more problems I will solve and I will upload. Okay. Until now, next is I'm going to explain the one more very, very important, that is one more this one. So now that is yes, orthogonal vectors, you know that is next is orthogonal. Okay, I think you're not able to see this. Yes, can you able to see this PDF? Yes. Yes, can you able to see this PDF? Okay, so now this orthogonal vectors, you know that is x transpose y is equal to 0. X it is given and y it is given. You have to x transpose y, that is just a matrix multiplication. And the length of any vector x is this one, you know, that is root of this 2 square plus this is the square of that, and you have to take the square root. And one more thing you already know, that is null space is perpendicular to row space and column space is perpendicular to left null space. This is the fundamental theorem of orthogonality. That is what the same thing it is. The row space is orthogonal to null space and column space is orthogonal to left null space. And the proof is important. How they are proving it is orthogonal means, so now it is row 1, row 2, row m, and the x1, x2 is equal to 0. This is equal to 0 means obviously this is row 1 should be orthogonal to x1, row 2 should be orthogonal to x1. So in each x is a null space is orthogonal to each, because null space is what? Kx is equal to 0. So that's what they have taken and they have proved. Okay. Similarly here, other pair of orthogonal subspace comes from the A transpose y, because I'm talking about the left null space. Okay. So again, that should be equal to 0. If I write like this, this is only possible if I take this orthogonal complement. So that indicates this is orthogonal to this one. Same thing, you have to write it for the proof. Okay. Next is very, very important, and you can expect this question, that is in the exam also, in the main exam also, it is Gram-Schmidt process. What is the Gram-Schmidt process is, that is you are converting all the columns of the matrix into an orthonormal columns or the orthogonal columns. Orthogonal columns means here you will have each columns are perpendicular to, that is column 1 is perpendicular to column 2, similarly like that. And orthonormal means they have the unit vector. Example, this one. See, when you see this column 1, that is length is 1. So it is 1, 1, 1. That will may become, and 1, 0, minus 1, that may become the orthogonal. But in order to make it orthonormal, here we have to divide it by its length. Okay. Similarly, here row 1, when you do it is, you are going to get it as 1. So it is orthonormal columns and the orthonormal rows. And the algorithm, and you are going to convert the non-orthogonal columns into orthogonal columns, the two orthonormal columns. You know, in the class itself, I explained what is the use of why you have to make it orthonormal. This one, what is the advantage of converting the non-orthogonal into an orthogonal columns? Can you tell me? that you remember. Okay, I don't think so. I have remembered. Okay, so you find the this projection here, projection of the x components, you know, that is x1 plus y into some component, and you are going to get. That means if you process the that is m cross n matrix, and if the matrix is very big, it takes the computation, more computation. But advantage of making the orthonormal this one columns is, when you take the projection, you can go for the one dimensional calculations. That is, and you will take only the x component of that and y component separately, z component separately, then you can add. X separately means you are processing only a one dimensional vector, so it will be a one dimensional matrix, so it will be easy for the computation. So that is what the advantage of this Gram-Schmidt process. Okay, so then this is Q1. How you are obtain the, that is your first Q1, it is orthonormal, that is A divided by A factorial. That means one A, it is one matrix, one vector like this, 1 0 1 like this. So this is, we will take the first matrices as it is, because we will assume that that is a matrix. Now I have to find the one more matrix Q2, which should be perpendicular to 1 0 1. How to obtain this is by using this formula. This is another second vector. This B is equal to this B, small b minus of Q1 transpose T into B into Q1. You have to remember, but what is the meaning of this is, I am subtracting the Q1 components from the B. So now I am obtaining the capital B such that, that is what I am doing is, in order to make this perpendicular to this, I am subtracting that Q1 components of this matrix. That's what they have given this. That is the meaning. Anyhow, we have to remember this. Okay, and Q2 it is obtained. This is orthogonal. Now I have to make orthonormal. I have to divide it by length. Similarly, your third vector, next third vector, I want to make this vector both perpendicular to this and this, B and the A. So in order to make that, I will going to, in the C component, it will have that is perpendicular to this component and the other components. That other components I am going to subtract this. That is the meaning of this one. Q1 transpose C into Q1 and Q2 transpose of T, in that those components I am going to subtract, so that I will be left with only whatever that vector perpendicular to this one. And this is orthogonal, and we, to make it orthonormal, Q3 is equal to C and divided by C factorial. And in the problem, this is very, very important. You have to remember this problem, this formulas. And this is a definitely in the exam also, you can expect in the main exam, you can expect one question in this. And also they will expect you to write the factorization of this one. In the Gram-Schmidt process, the factorization A is equal to QR. So that means here A, B, C, you are converting that into some matrix. So obviously that will be combination of Q into R. Q is what? Your orthonormal columns, that is Q1, Q2, Q3, that is obtained by this process. That is Gram-Schmidt process. R is how we are obtaining this here to remember. This is Q1 transpose of A component, Q1 transpose of B component, C component of Q1. Next, B component of Q2, C component of Q2, and here only the 3. That is, all others are 0. Somehow we have to remember this, and they will ask the problem. And the this one. Okay. And here the Q as orthonormal columns, then you know that AX is equal to B. Instead of that, AX is equal to B. And also you can obtain this X cap is equal to Q transpose into B. And also you know that QT transpose Q is equal to 1 identity, and QT transpose you multiplied with this with the both Q transpose, then X cap is equal to QT transpose B in order to obtain the solution. Okay. Next, one more important is, in the exam you have to remember this. This might be useful for your quizzes also. If it is, they may ask you for the what is the scaling matrix, this one, what is the rotation matrix, but in the class I have explained how it is obtained. So it is 0, 1, minus 1, 1, 0. Only these are the 4 fundamental, these are have to remember. In the rotation matrix, that will be converting xy into minus yx. How we have to write? You don't know the A, then some column into x into some column dash dash plus y into dash dash, that will become minus y and x, for which value of A that will satisfied. I think you are remembered now. So in the class you only have done only one I have shown, and many of them you are able to do this problem in the class. So that means you have obtained. And that reflection 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, that is x and y becomes y and x. Then this is possible only with this one. Projection matrix, you are making xy into only the x axis, that is x comma 0, it is 1, 0 and 0, 0. Okay, this is what the this one. Now can you, this is for the rotation matrix. Now it is for the 45-degree rotation. Can you do it for the 90-degree rotation? Okay, so next is, in the exam you have to remember these 4 matrix, or in the exam or in the test or in the quiz they may ask, in order to get the, I will give the output vector and I will ask you what should be your linear transport matrix. Then also you should be able to do. Anyhow, I will solve the problems and I will upload in the same link in the given yesterday. And the next tomorrow's class, I will do the revision of the next remaining part, especially only the important points I will do this. Okay, and be on the line.